Do you ever wonder what sets wealthy people apart from everyone else? It's not just about having money, it's about their mindset, the way they think, the choices they make, and how they approach challenges and opportunities. What if you could adopt the same mindset and start building wealth for yourself? In this video, we're diving deep into the concept of a wealthy mindset. You'll discover how successful people think differently and how you can apply these principles in your own life to create financial freedom. We'll explore how to set clear goals, manage your time effectively, focus on opportunities, and continuously adapt to the ever-changing financial world. Are you ready to shift your perspective? Are you prepared to break free from limitations and start thinking like a successful person? Stay with me and let's unlock the secrets to building lasting wealth together. This is your chance to change your financial future. Number 1, develop habits that create long-term wealth and success. It's the result of the daily decisions you make, the small actions you take consistently over time. Too many people want wealth and success, but they miss the crucial point. They believe it's about big breakthroughs, lucky breaks, or a one-time action. The truth is, success is built on a series of small habits that compound over time. If you don't have those habits, you'll find yourself in a cycle of false starts, lack of motivation, and eventually frustration. You won't create long-term wealth if you don't start with the right foundation. The first habit that anyone with a wealthy mindset must develop is the habit of responsibility. This is critical. You have to take full responsibility for your financial situation, your career, your life. No one else is going to do this for you. When you take responsibility for where you are, you stop blaming others, your circumstances, the economy, or anything else. You take ownership. You own your decisions. And this isn't just about the big things, it's about the small, everyday choices you make. It's deciding to wake up earlier, to work harder, to learn more, to make sacrifices now for future rewards. A wealthy mindset doesn't just focus on short-term rewards. It focuses on long-term gains. People who develop habits of long-term success understand that the choices they make today will affect their future. This mindset requires patience. It's the ability to delay gratification. For example, you could spend your money on things that give you short-term pleasure. Maybe a nice dinner, a shiny new gadget, or an expensive night out. But a wealthy person knows that those things will not bring long-term satisfaction. Instead, they invest in things that appreciate over time, like knowledge, skills, and assets that increase in value. A wealthy mindset sees failure differently. Failure is not something to fear. It is part of the process. If you're not failing at something, you're probably not trying hard enough. You're not pushing yourself to grow. Failure is a stepping stone. It's an opportunity to learn, to pivot, to adjust your approach. The most successful people fail far more than others, but they fail forward. They get back up, they adjust, they keep going, and they keep improving. The key to wealth isn't avoiding failure, it's learning from it, growing from it, and using it as fuel to reach your goals. Next, you need to develop the habit of setting goals. But not just any goals. Clear, specific, measurable goals. And not just in one area of your life. Goals for your finances, for your personal development, for your relationships, and for your health. Wealthy people understand the importance of having a plan. They don't wake up in the morning hoping something good will happen. They wake up with a sense of purpose, knowing exactly what they want to accomplish and how they plan to do it. Every day is a step closer to their goals. They understand that without clear goals, you are like a ship without a rudder. You may be moving, but you're not going anywhere meaningful. The habit of persistence is another key to long-term success. In the world of wealth building, persistence trumps talent, skill, and even luck. It's the ability to keep going, even when things get tough. Success rarely comes without obstacles, and when you face challenges, it can be tempting to quit. But wealthy people know this secret. Every obstacle is an opportunity to learn, and every failure brings them closer to their goal. You cannot stop when things get difficult. You have to be persistent, keep showing up, keep working, and keep learning. Most people quit just a little too soon, but if you're persistent, you will always get closer to your goal. You'll eventually outlast everyone else who gave up along the way. Building wealth also requires the habit of continuous learning. The more you learn, the more you earn. This simple principle is one of the most powerful habits to develop. Wealthy people never stop learning. They read books, attend seminars, seek mentors, and surround themselves with people who can help them grow. They understand that the world is constantly changing, and to stay ahead, they must keep learning and adapting. They invest in their knowledge just like they invest in their businesses. When you're always learning, you're always growing. And when you're always growing, wealth becomes a natural byproduct. Another important habit is the habit of discipline. Discipline is doing what you need to do, even when you don't feel like it. It's easy to be disciplined when things are going well, but it's in the hard moments when you're tired, stressed, or distracted that your discipline is truly tested. This is where the wealthy mindset stands out. Wealthy people are disciplined in their approach to their goals. They don't give in to impulses. They don't let distractions pull them off course. They stay focused, they stick to their routines, and they keep moving forward, even on days when they don't feel like it. You must develop this habit of discipline if you want long-term wealth. Let's talk about the habit of managing your finances. This is perhaps one of the most practical habits for creating wealth. A wealthy mindset understands that it's not how much money you make, it's how much you keep. Wealthy people are careful with their spending. They budget, they save, they invest. They don't live beyond their means. They understand the importance of cash flow. They don't get caught up in the trap of instant gratification. Instead, they prioritize investing in things that will bring long-term financial freedom. Managing your finances well doesn't require being a financial expert. It requires being intentional and disciplined with your money. The habit of generosity is another powerful trait of the wealthy. It might seem counterintuitive at first. How can giving away money help you build wealth? But the truth is, generosity creates a mindset of abundance. When you give, you break the mental cycle of scarcity. You shift your thinking from "I don't have enough" to "I have more than enough to share." This mindset shift helps attract more wealth into your life. Generosity also creates positive relationships, and positive relationships open doors for opportunities, collaborations, and connections. So while giving away money may not make sense in the short term, in the long run, it actually contributes to your wealth-building journey. You must also develop the habit of taking action. It's one thing to have goals, plans, and knowledge, but it means nothing if you don't act. Wealthy people understand that nothing happens without action. You can read all the books, attend all the seminars, and gather all the knowledge, but unless you take action, you won't achieve anything. It's the daily steps you take, the small actions, that accumulate and lead to success. Every single action, no matter how small, brings you closer to your goals. Wealthy people take action consistently. They don't wait for the perfect moment or for everything to be ideal. They just start. They take the first step and keep going. Finally, you need to develop the habit of reflection and adjustment. It's not enough to just work hard and take action. You need to take time to reflect on your progress. You need to evaluate what's working and what isn't. Are your actions bringing you closer to your goals? If not, what can you adjust? Wealthy people constantly reflect on their progress, and they adjust their plans accordingly. They understand that success isn't a straight line. It's a journey with ups and downs. Reflecting on your journey helps you stay on track and ensures that you're moving in the right direction. So the wealthy mindset is not just about money. It's about habits. It's about developing the right habits that will set you up for long-term success. It's about taking full responsibility for your life and your decisions. It's about focusing on the long term, staying disciplined, learning continuously, and taking persistent action. It's about building wealth through small, everyday habits that compound over time. And most importantly, it's about creating a mindset that believes in wealth, success, and the ability to achieve anything you set your mind to. Number 2. Believe in your potential to achieve financial independence. You are capable of achieving financial independence. And the moment you truly believe in your potential is the moment your life begins to change. Too often we underestimate the power within us, and we limit our own progress because we don't have faith in our abilities. We let doubt, fear, and insecurity cloud our judgment. But the reality is that your potential is limitless. Every single person who has achieved financial independence, no matter their background or circumstances, started by believing they could, and so can you. But it all begins with a shift in your mindset. A shift from thinking it's impossible to thinking it's possible. The truth is, you already possess everything you need to achieve financial independence. But the key to unlocking that power lies in your belief system. Without belief, you will never take the necessary steps to reach your goals. Without belief, every setback will feel like an insurmountable obstacle. But with belief, every challenge becomes an opportunity, and every failure is simply a stepping stone toward your success. When you believe in your potential, you begin to think differently. You stop seeing yourself as someone who is stuck or trapped by circumstances, and you start seeing yourself as someone with limitless potential. The wealthy mindset isn't about being lucky or having some unique skill that others don't. It's about the power of belief. It's about believing that no matter where you are now, you have the ability to grow, improve, and create the life you want. The first step toward financial independence is to stop seeing yourself as powerless and to start seeing yourself as someone capable of achieving great things. Believing in your potential doesn't mean you're going to have everything figured out from the start. It doesn't mean that you will have all the answers right away, but it does mean that you are committed to the journey. It means that you are willing to take the necessary steps, even when the path ahead is unclear. You might not have everything you need right now, but with the belief that you can learn, grow, and adapt, you will get there. You will figure it out, and you will succeed. Your belief is like a muscle that needs to be exercised. At first, it might be weak. You might not have the confidence to go after your goals with everything you've got. But with time and practice, your belief will grow stronger. Start small. Believe that you can make a better decision today than you did yesterday. Believe that you can save a little more, invest a little smarter, and improve a little more each day. Each small victory will reinforce your belief in your ability to create the future you want. Now, you might be thinking, I don't have the right skills, or I don't have the resources. Let me tell you this. You don't need to have everything perfect right now to start. You don't need to know everything about investing, business, or money management. What you need is the belief that you can learn what you need to learn, that you can adapt, and that you can take action. The most successful people didn't start out knowing everything. They started out by believing in their ability to figure it out as they went along, and so can you. Belief doesn't just help you take action. It also helps you persevere through the hard times. Building wealth is not an easy road. It's not about quick fixes or overnight success. There will be times when you feel discouraged, when it seems like the obstacles in your way are too big to overcome. But if you believe in your potential, you'll keep going even when things get tough. You'll keep learning, keep growing, and keep pushing forward. Belief in yourself fuels persistence, and persistence is the key to long-term success. Without belief, when the going gets tough, you'll give up. But with belief, you'll keep fighting until you reach the other side. The more you believe in yourself, the more opportunities you will see. When you don't believe you can achieve financial independence, you tend to focus on all the reasons why it won't work. But when you believe in your potential, you begin to see the opportunities that are all around you. You'll notice ways to save, ways to earn more, ways to invest smarter. You'll see possibilities that others miss. Your belief creates a mindset that is focused on finding solutions, instead of focusing on problems. This shift in thinking is what separates the wealthy from the rest. They don't see obstacles, they see opportunities. You have to understand that belief in your potential isn't just about thinking positive thoughts. It's about taking control of your actions and behaviors. It's about being disciplined and doing the work that is necessary for your success. Believing in your potential means taking responsibility for your future and not waiting for someone else to give it to you. Financial independence doesn't just come to those who wish for it. It comes to those who work for it, who take action, and who make the most of every opportunity that comes their way. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that financial independence is only for certain people, for the lucky ones, or for those with special connections. But that's a lie. Financial independence is for anyone who believes in their potential and is willing to put in the work. You don't need to be born into wealth. You don't need a special talent or privilege. What you need is belief, a willingness to learn, and a commitment to taking consistent action. As you begin to believe in your potential, you will also begin to believe in your worth. When you believe you are worthy of financial independence, you stop settling for less. You stop accepting mediocrity in your life. You start demanding more from yourself, and as a result, you start attracting more into your life. The world responds to your energy. When you believe in your worth, you will start to see the world open up to you in ways you never imagined. Opportunities will come your way. People will begin to notice your confidence, your drive, and your commitment, and they will want to be a part of your journey. Believing in your potential also means understanding that you have the ability to change. No matter where you start, no matter what your circumstances are right now, you have the ability to improve. You can learn new skills, develop new habits, and make better choices. Your current situation does not define your future. Your belief in your potential empowers you to transform your life and take control of your financial destiny. But belief alone is not enough. You also need to take consistent action. Believing in your potential means believing that you can succeed, but action is what brings that belief to life. It's easy to sit back and wait for things to happen, but nothing will change until you take action. Action is the bridge between where you are now and where you want to be. When you take action, you show the world that you are serious about your goals. You show yourself that you are committed to your success. And with each step you take, you build momentum, which makes it easier to keep going. One of the most important aspects of believing in your potential is setting clear, actionable goals. Without goals, it's easy to lose focus and get distracted. When you believe in your potential, you set goals that are specific, measurable, and realistic. You break down your big dreams into smaller, manageable tasks, and you take consistent action toward those goals every day. This process helps you stay on track and keeps your belief strong, because with each goal you accomplish, your belief in yourself grows stronger. Believing in your potential also means taking care of yourself. It's hard to believe in yourself when you're physically and mentally drained. Success requires energy, physical, emotional, and mental energy. To truly believe in your potential, you must take care of your body and your mind. This means eating well, exercising, getting enough sleep, and surrounding yourself with positive influences. It means managing stress and taking time to recharge when you need it. Your potential is linked to your well-being, and if you're not taking care of yourself, you're limiting your ability to succeed. Finally, it's important to surround yourself with people who believe in you. Your environment plays a huge role in your belief system. When you surround yourself with people who are negative or who doubt your potential, it becomes harder to believe in yourself. But when you surround yourself with people who encourage you, who push you to be better, and who believe in your potential, it becomes easier to keep moving forward. Find mentors, surround yourself with like-minded individuals, and create a support system that helps you stay focused and motivated. Believing in your potential is not just a mindset, it's a way of living. It's about taking ownership of your future, taking consistent action, and staying committed to your goals. The path to financial independence is not easy, but it is possible, and it all starts with believing in yourself. When you believe in your potential, you open the door to endless possibilities. You take control of your life, and you start building the future you deserve. So today, make the decision to believe in your potential. Take that first step and watch how your life begins to change. Number 3, take responsibility for your financial decisions and outcomes. The moment you take responsibility for your financial decisions is the moment you gain control over your future. The truth is, too many people spend their lives waiting for someone else to change their circumstances, for some external force to make things better, or for a stroke of luck to come their way. But the real truth is this: no one is coming to save you. The power to change your financial destiny lies entirely in your hands. The decisions you make today will shape the financial reality of tomorrow. It's time to stop looking outside for answers and start looking within. Taking responsibility for your financial decisions and outcomes is a mindset shift, and it starts with acknowledging one simple truth: you are in charge of your life. The first step is to stop blaming others or external circumstances for where you are financially. You might be tempted to blame your upbringing, your job, your country, or the economy. But no matter the challenges, blaming the world around you keeps you in a victim mindset. Victims never win. They remain stuck in a cycle of frustration and helplessness. But when you take responsibility, you empower yourself to make changes, to break free from the cycle of financial struggle. You are not a victim of your circumstances. Your financial situation, regardless of how it looks right now, is a direct result of the decisions you've made up to this point. And once you recognize this truth, you unlock the ability to make new decisions, smarter decisions, decisions that lead to the life you want. Responsibility is not about guilt or shame. It's about understanding that you have the power to create a different outcome. It's important to understand that taking responsibility doesn't mean taking all the blame for past mistakes. We all make mistakes. We all have setbacks. But here's the key. When you take responsibility, you stop making excuses. You stop using the past as a crutch. You stop saying, I didn't have the opportunity, or I didn't have the resources. It's time to stop giving power to things you can't control and start focusing on the things you can control. Your decisions, your actions, and your mindset. Every single day, you have the power to make better financial decisions, to act with intention, and to build a better financial future. One of the most powerful things you can do is to accept that your financial outcomes are not determined by anyone else but you. This realization is liberating. It means that you are not dependent on your boss, the government, or anyone else to dictate your financial success. You are in control. This sense of responsibility creates a deep sense of freedom because you no longer wait for permission to succeed. You no longer wait for someone to hand you an opportunity. Instead, you create your own opportunities. You become proactive, not reactive. Now, taking responsibility doesn't mean that everything will be easy. It's not about pretending everything will work out perfectly, but it's about knowing that no matter how difficult the path, you have the strength to overcome it. When you face financial setbacks, taking responsibility means you don't point fingers or make excuses. Instead, you ask yourself, what can I learn from this? What can I do differently next time? This mindset transforms obstacles into opportunities for growth. It takes the power back from the situation and gives it to you. Financial responsibility means being honest with yourself about where you are financially. It means understanding exactly where your money is going, how much debt you have, and what your net worth is. Too many people live in financial denial, hoping that if they ignore their financial situation, it will somehow improve. But that's not how wealth works. To build wealth, you must first understand your starting point. You can't fix what you don't know is broken. That means you have to be brutally honest about your financial reality and take stock of where you stand. Once you understand your current financial position, you can create a plan to improve it. Taking responsibility also means becoming financially literate. If you don't understand the basics of money, how it works, how to budget, how to save, how to invest, then it's time to learn. Don't wait for someone to teach you. Take it upon yourself to acquire this knowledge. The wealthy mindset is about being self-sufficient. It's about understanding that your financial future is too important to leave to chance. Educate yourself on financial matters. Read books, attend seminars, talk to financial experts. The more you learn, the more confident and capable you'll become in managing your money. Financial literacy is an essential part of taking responsibility for your financial outcomes. A huge part of taking responsibility is managing your debt. Debt is a tool, but it can also be a trap. You must understand how to use it wisely. The wealthy know how to leverage debt for investments that appreciate over time, but they are also careful to avoid bad debt that drains their resources without providing any return. Taking responsibility for your finances means having the discipline to manage debt, to pay it off strategically, and to avoid falling into the trap of relying on credit for short-term pleasures. Saving money is another key area where taking responsibility plays a major role. Many people don't save because they don't think they can afford it. But the reality is that you can always save, even if it's a small amount. It's not about how much you save. It's about the habit of saving. Even setting aside a small portion of your income consistently over time can make a huge difference. The wealthy mindset understands the power of compound interest and the long-term benefits of saving regularly. It's about making saving a priority. It's about living below your means, no matter how much you earn, and putting money away for your future. Investing is another critical component of financial responsibility. To build wealth, you need to make your money work for you. This is where many people fail. They save but never invest. They hold on to their money, afraid of losing it, but in doing so, they miss the opportunity to grow their wealth. Taking responsibility for your financial future means learning how to invest wisely. It means understanding the different investment options available to you, whether it's stocks, real estate, mutual funds, or starting your own business. It's not enough to just save. You need to make your money grow through smart investments. Living below your means is a fundamental part of taking responsibility for your finances. It's easy to get caught up in the pressure to keep up with others, to buy things you don't need just to impress people you don't care about. But financial responsibility means having the discipline to say no to short-term pleasures in favor of long-term security. It means making smart choices about what you spend your money on, and understanding that material possessions don't bring lasting happiness. The wealthy don't live in constant pursuit of the next thing. They understand the importance of building assets that provide long-term value, not just temporary satisfaction. One of the most important ways to take responsibility for your financial future is to plan for retirement. It's easy to think you have all the time in the world, but the earlier you start planning for your future, the better. You may not be able to retire tomorrow, but if you start saving and investing today, you'll be much better off in the long run. Retirement planning is about understanding the importance of financial freedom and taking proactive steps to secure it. It's about making sure that when you can no longer work, you will have the resources to live comfortably without relying on anyone else. The key to all of this is consistency. You don't have to make drastic changes overnight, but you do have to take consistent, intentional actions to improve your financial situation. Responsibility doesn't mean making perfect decisions all the time. It means staying committed to the process and learning from your mistakes. Every small decision you make, every small action you take, builds upon the next. And over time, these actions will compound to create a significant financial transformation. Taking responsibility for your financial decisions and outcomes is a powerful choice. It means taking control of your life. It means being proactive instead of reactive. It means understanding that the future is yours to shape, and the first step is to take full responsibility for the decisions you make today. The power is in your hands, and it always has been. The moment you embrace that responsibility is the moment you begin to unlock your true potential, to create the financial freedom and the life you deserve. It's not about perfection. It's about taking consistent, responsible actions that lead to the future you want. And that, my friend, is the key to financial independence. Number 4, break free from limiting beliefs that hold back your wealth. You are capable of achieving the wealth and success you desire. But first, you must break free from the limiting beliefs that hold you back. It's not the lack of opportunities that stops you. It's the beliefs you have about yourself and the world around you. These beliefs shape the decisions you make, the actions you take, and ultimately, the outcomes you experience. And if you want to achieve financial independence, you must first recognize and eliminate the thoughts and beliefs that are keeping you from reaching your full potential. Too often, people unknowingly hold on to limiting beliefs that have been ingrained in them for years. These beliefs could be about money, about success, or about their own abilities. They may have been told that they're not good enough, that wealth is only for the lucky or the privileged, or that they don't have the skills or knowledge to be successful. These beliefs are like invisible chains holding you back. And unless you break free from them, you will continue to be stuck in a cycle of mediocrity, never achieving the wealth and success you're truly capable of. The first step in breaking free from limiting beliefs is to identify them. What are the beliefs you hold about money and success? Are they serving you, or are they holding you back? Do you believe that money is hard to come by? Do you think that only the rich can get richer, and that you'll always be stuck where you are? Do you think that you don't deserve wealth? These are all examples of limiting beliefs, and until you recognize them, they will continue to control your life and your financial destiny. Take a moment and reflect on what you truly believe about money. Write down your beliefs about wealth. Be honest with yourself. Do you have a scarcity mindset, believing that there's never enough to go around? Or do you have an abundance mindset, believing that wealth is available to everyone who is willing to work for it? If your beliefs are rooted in scarcity, you will always struggle. You will find yourself constantly worrying about money, feeling like it's always just out of reach. But if you can shift your mindset to one of abundance, where you truly believe that there is enough wealth to go around for everyone, you will begin to see opportunities everywhere. One of the most common limiting beliefs is the idea that you must work extremely hard to make money, that success comes only to those who sacrifice everything else in their lives. This belief can create a sense of burnout and frustration, Because if you constantly believe that wealth requires immense suffering, you will never allow yourself to enjoy the journey. It's important to understand that making money doesn't have to be a struggle. Success is about working smart, not just hard. It's about making intentional choices, investing in yourself, and aligning your actions with your values and goals. When you break free from the belief that wealth requires constant sacrifice, you open yourself up to the possibility of achieving financial success without burning yourself out. Another common limiting belief is that wealth is reserved for a select few. This belief often comes from societal conditioning, from the idea that only a lucky few are born into wealth, or that success is reserved for people who have special connections or privileges. But this couldn't be further from the truth. The reality is that wealth is available to anyone who is willing to work for it and learn how to manage money wisely. There are countless examples of people who started with nothing and built massive fortunes through hard work, discipline, and smart decision-making. Wealth doesn't discriminate. It's available to anyone who chooses to embrace it. You must also break free from the belief that you're not worthy of financial success. This belief often stems from feelings of unworthiness or inadequacy. Maybe you grew up with the idea that only certain people deserve wealth. Or maybe you were taught that money is inherently bad or corrupt. But the truth is that you are worthy of success. You have unique gifts, talents, and abilities that are valuable. The key to breaking free from this belief is to recognize your inherent worth and stop measuring your value based on your current financial situation. Your worth is not tied to how much money you have. It's tied to who you are as a person and the value you bring to the world. Once you accept this, you'll be able to open yourself up to receiving the abundance you deserve. The next limiting belief you need to break free from is the belief that you don't have enough time or resources to build wealth. This belief often arises from a lack of understanding about the power of small, consistent actions. Many people think they need a large sum of money to start investing or building wealth. They believe they need to wait until they have the perfect circumstances or the perfect amount of money to get started. But the reality is you don't need a huge amount of capital to begin. You just need to start. The earlier you begin, the more time your money has to grow. Start with what you have, even if it's small. Invest in yourself, build your skills, and begin taking small steps toward your financial goals. Over time, these small steps will compound and create massive results. Breaking free from limiting beliefs also involves letting go of the fear of failure. Too many people are paralyzed by the fear of making mistakes, of losing money, or of failing in their endeavors. But failure is not something to fear, it's something to embrace. Every successful person has failed at some point. It's through failure that we learn, grow, and improve. The key is to not let failure define you. Instead of seeing failure as a reflection of your abilities, see it as a learning experience that brings you one step closer to success. When you let go of the fear of failure, you become free to take risks, try new things, and push beyond your comfort zone. Another limiting belief that holds people back is the belief that wealth is only for certain types of people. Those who are born into wealthy families, those who have connections, or those who are highly educated. This belief creates a sense of powerlessness because it suggests that your background or circumstances determine your future. But the truth is, your background doesn't define you. Your actions and decisions do. The wealthiest people in the world didn't get there because of their family or their education. They got there because they took responsibility for their future. They made smart decisions, and they didn't let limiting beliefs stop them from going after what they wanted. If you want to break free from limiting beliefs, you must start by replacing them with empowering beliefs. Instead of thinking I can't, start thinking I can. Instead of thinking I'm not good enough, start thinking I am more than capable. Instead of thinking I'll never have enough money, start thinking there is plenty of wealth to go around, and I am worthy of it. Empowering beliefs create a mindset of abundance, possibility, and growth. When you believe that you can achieve financial success, you'll start to take the actions necessary to make that belief a reality. One of the most powerful ways to break free from limiting beliefs is to surround yourself with people who support and encourage you. If you're constantly surrounded by people who reinforce negative beliefs about money, success, and your potential, it will be much harder to break free from those beliefs. Seek out individuals who have the mindset you aspire to. Spend time with people who believe in abundance, who have a growth mindset, and who encourage you to push past your limits. The people you spend the most time with will have a profound influence on your beliefs and your mindset. Finally, take action. Nothing will change unless you take action. You can have the best mindset in the world, but if you don't take consistent action, your beliefs will remain meaningless. Break free from your limiting beliefs by taking small, intentional steps toward your financial goals every single day. It's the actions you take, not the thoughts you think, that will determine your success. Take action today and keep taking action until you've created the wealth and success you desire. Breaking free from limiting beliefs is a process. It doesn't happen overnight. But the more you recognize the beliefs that are holding you back and consciously work to replace them with empowering beliefs, the more you will unlock your true potential. Your wealth and success are within reach. It's time to break free from the chains of limiting beliefs and step into the life you deserve. The only thing standing between you and your financial goals is the belief that you can achieve them. The moment you change your beliefs is the moment you change your life. Start today. Number 5. Invest in your skills to increase your earning potential. The most powerful investment you can make is the one you make in yourself. No matter how much money you have in the bank or how many assets you own, your true wealth is defined by your ability to grow, adapt, and develop new skills. If you want to increase your earning potential, you must first invest in your personal and professional growth. It's not about working harder, it's about working smarter and becoming the person capable of creating the opportunities you seek. Every single person who has achieved great success in any field understands this fundamental truth. Skills are the currency of the future. As industries evolve, technologies change, and new trends emerge, the ability to adapt and improve yourself will always be the key to staying relevant and valuable. The world rewards those who can solve problems, who can bring new ideas to the table, and who can execute at the highest level. And all of that starts with the decision to invest in your skills. The first step to increasing your earning potential is recognizing that you are your greatest asset. The more valuable you become to others, the more opportunities you will attract. This doesn't happen by accident. It requires intention, discipline, and a commitment to continuous learning. No one is born with all the skills they need to succeed in life. They become successful by taking the time to learn, practice, and improve every single day. Think about the world we live in today. It's fast-paced, constantly evolving, and full of opportunities for those who are prepared. But it's also full of challenges for those who aren't willing to adapt. Technology is advancing at a rate that many people can't keep up with. But that doesn't have to be you. If you're willing to invest in yourself, to constantly upskill and reskill, you can stay ahead of the curve. You can open doors to new careers, new businesses, and new streams of income. But it all starts with the decision to invest in your skills. The great thing about investing in your skills is that it doesn't require a massive financial investment up front. You don't need to spend thousands of dollars on formal education or high-priced courses. In fact, some of the best investments in your skills are free or low cost. There are countless resources online, books, videos, articles, webinars that can help you learn everything from coding to marketing to public speaking. The internet has democratized knowledge, making it available to anyone with the desire to learn. You just have to take the initiative to seek out the information and start applying it. Let's break this down further. When you invest in a specific skill, you are directly increasing your earning potential by becoming more valuable in the marketplace. Think about your current career or business. What skills are in demand? What are the gaps you could fill? If you're not sure, start researching. Look at job listings, talk to industry experts, and pay attention to trends. What are the companies or individuals who are doing well right now? What skills do they possess? These are the skills you should be focusing on. Whether it's digital marketing, data analysis, software development, sales, or project management, there are endless opportunities to increase your value by learning new skills that are in demand. It's also important to recognize that investing in your skills isn't just about learning the technical aspects of your job or industry. It's also about developing soft skills, communication, leadership, problem solving, time management, and emotional intelligence. These are the skills that allow you to connect with others, influence decisions, and lead teams. People who master soft skills are often the ones who rise to the top of their fields because they can work well with others, inspire confidence, and drive results. Investing in your soft skills is just as important as your technical skills, and it will help you stand out in a crowded job market. Another key benefit of investing in your skills is that it opens up the possibility for multiple income streams. When you develop a diverse set of skills, you make yourself more adaptable to different opportunities. Perhaps you're a skilled graphic designer, but you also have a talent for writing or digital marketing. By combining these skills, you can create a business that offers a variety of services, making you less dependent on a single income stream. If one source of income slows down, you have other options to fall back on. This is the power of skill diversification. By expanding your skill set, you create more opportunities for yourself. One of the best ways to invest in your skills is through consistent practice and application. Learning a skill is one thing, but truly mastering it requires repetition and real-world experience. If you're learning a new language, for example, you won't become fluent by simply reading about it. You need to practice speaking, listening, and writing in that language. The same goes for any skill, whether it's coding, design, marketing, or sales. You have to actively practice and apply the knowledge you gain. The more you practice, the more confident you'll become, and the more valuable you'll be to others. It's also essential to seek feedback and learn from others. No one achieves mastery in a vacuum. Whether you're learning from mentors, colleagues, or peers, getting feedback on your progress is crucial. Surround yourself with people who are also committed to growth. Join communities, attend workshops, and find individuals who can offer constructive criticism and help you improve. By learning from those who have more experience, you can shortcut your path to success and avoid common pitfalls. Investing in your skills isn't just about becoming better at your job, it's about improving your overall quality of life. As you gain new skills, you build confidence in yourself and your abilities. This confidence spills over into every aspect of your life, from your career to your personal relationships. The more you invest in yourself, the more you realize your true potential. You begin to see opportunities where others see obstacles. You stop thinking of yourself as someone who is stuck in a dead-end job or trapped in a cycle of mediocrity. Instead, you start to see yourself as someone capable of achieving great things, someone who is constantly growing and evolving. The key to long-term success is understanding that the learning process never ends. No matter how successful you become, there is always more to learn. The most successful people in the world, entrepreneurs, CEOs, athletes, and artists, are the ones who never stop learning. They are constantly seeking new knowledge, improving their skills, and pushing the boundaries of what they can achieve. If you want to join their ranks, you must adopt the mindset of a lifelong learner. You must be willing to continuously invest in yourself, to embrace change, and to adapt to the ever-evolving demands of the world. Don't underestimate the power of small, incremental improvements. The best way to become truly exceptional at something is by committing to the process of continuous improvement. Every time you learn a new skill or improve an existing one, you become a little more valuable, a little more capable, and a little closer to achieving your goals. These small improvements add up over time, and before you know it, you'll find yourself in a completely different position, one of greater confidence, influence, and success. It's time to take action. Don't wait for the perfect moment to start investing in your skills. Start today with the resources you have. Set aside time every day to learn something new, whether it's watching a tutorial, reading a book, or practicing a skill. The more time and effort you put into your growth, the more it will pay off in the long run. Remember, the most valuable asset you have is yourself. The skills you develop will last a lifetime, and they are the key to unlocking your full earning potential. Investing in your skills is the single best decision you can make for your future. It doesn't matter where you start, it only matters that you start. When you commit to improving yourself every day, there are no limits to what you can achieve. The path to success is open to anyone who is willing to put in the effort to grow. The wealth you seek, whether it's financial, personal, or professional, is within your reach. But first, you must make the decision to invest in yourself. Your future self will thank you for it. Number 6. Focus on opportunities rather than obstacles in wealth creation. The key to unlocking your true wealth potential is simple. Focus on opportunities rather than obstacles. Too many people get bogged down by challenges, barriers, and setbacks, thinking these are the things that define their future. But the truth is, Everyone faces obstacles. Everyone has their challenges. What separates the successful from the unsuccessful is how they respond to those obstacles. Do you let them stop you, or do you find the opportunities hidden within them? The moment you shift your focus from the problem to the possibility, your life begins to change. If you want to create wealth, you must train yourself to look at every situation as an opportunity, no matter how challenging it may seem. Opportunities are all around you, but you'll never see them if your mind is focused on the obstacles. It's easy to see the problems in your life. They stand out, they're loud, they're constant, and they demand attention. But what's even more powerful is learning how to redirect that attention toward the opportunities that lie just beyond the obstacles. This shift in perspective can make all the difference in your journey toward wealth creation. Imagine you're walking down a road. At first it looks like an easy path, but as you walk, you encounter a large boulder blocking the way. Many people will stop right there. They'll say, "This is too difficult. I can't move this," or "This is not worth my time." They see the boulder and give up. But the person who succeeds doesn't stop there. They look around. Maybe they find a way to climb over the boulder, or maybe they go around it. Maybe they find another road that leads to the same destination. The key is that they don't get stuck by the obstacle. They find the opportunity in the challenge. And that's what you must learn to do. To focus on opportunities, you must first change how you perceive the obstacles in your life. Obstacles are not permanent. They are not a reflection of your future. Obstacles are simply a part of the process. When you face a challenge, it's a sign that you're on the right path. If everything was easy, there would be no growth, no progress, no reward. It's the obstacles that force you to think creatively, to adapt, and to innovate. Without them, there would be no room for opportunity. The greater the obstacle, the greater the opportunity to grow, to learn, and to achieve. Let's talk about how focusing on opportunities works in real life. Say you've lost your job or your business is struggling. It's easy to get stuck in the frustration of the moment. You can focus on the obstacle, the loss of income, the uncertainty, the challenges of finding a new job or rebuilding your business. Or you can choose to focus on the opportunity. Maybe this is the perfect time to start a new venture, to learn a new skill, or to pivot to a completely different industry. What doors have opened because of the obstacle? What is possible now that wasn't possible before? By focusing on opportunities, you empower yourself to take control of your situation rather than letting the situation control you. Wealth creation doesn't come from avoiding obstacles. It comes from seeing the opportunities within them. Every setback is a setup for a comeback. Think about some of the most successful entrepreneurs in the world. Most of them face significant obstacles, rejection, failure, financial struggles, and doubt. But they didn't let those obstacles define them. Instead, they used them as stepping stones to greater success. They focused on what they could do next, what they could learn, and where the next opportunity was. When you adopt this mindset, you start seeing challenges as chances to grow, rather than as barriers that stop you in your tracks. One powerful way to focus on opportunities is by cultivating a mindset of abundance rather than scarcity. A scarcity mindset sees limitations. It believes there isn't enough to go around, and that the success of others takes away from your own. It makes you feel small and stuck. On the other hand, an abundance mindset sees opportunities everywhere. It believes there is more than enough success, wealth, and resources for everyone. When you focus on abundance, you start to see solutions rather than problems. You start to notice ways to create wealth, whether through new ventures, partnerships, or innovative ideas. To develop an abundance mindset, you have to practice gratitude. When you're grateful for what you have, you open yourself up to receiving even more. Gratitude shifts your focus from what's lacking to what's already present. It helps you see the possibilities and opportunities that already exist in your life, rather than focusing on what you don't have. Every day, take a moment to reflect on what you're grateful for, whether it's your health, your family, your talents, or your experiences. The more you practice gratitude, the more you'll see the opportunities that exist for you to build wealth. One of the biggest barriers to wealth creation is fear. Fear of failure, fear of the unknown, fear of not being good enough. These fears are real, but they're also just obstacles in your mind. Fear stops people from taking action. Fear keeps people in their comfort zones, where nothing changes. and no opportunities are discovered. But fear can be overcome by focusing on the opportunities ahead, not the obstacles in the way. When you focus on what you could achieve by taking action, the fear of failure becomes less significant. You start to see the potential for growth, for learning, and for success. Another way to shift your focus from obstacles to opportunities is by being open to change. Change is often seen as a threat, something we resist because it takes us out of our comfort zones. But change is one of the greatest opportunities for growth. When things change, new opportunities arise. New industries emerge. New technologies disrupt old ways of doing things. And new trends create fresh possibilities. The people who succeed are the ones who embrace change, who look for the opportunities it brings, rather than the challenges it presents. If you want to build wealth, you must be willing to adapt, learn, and grow as the world around you evolves. Sometimes opportunities don't look like opportunities at first. They can come in the form of challenges, frustrations, or failures. But these are the moments that can lead to the greatest breakthroughs. Often the biggest opportunities come when you least expect them, when you face a setback, when you're forced to change course, or when you're faced with a challenge you didn't see coming. If you're focused on obstacles, these moments will feel like roadblocks. But if you're focused on opportunities, you'll see them as invitations to evolve and expand. To create wealth, you need to embrace a mindset of action. Action creates momentum, and momentum creates opportunities. Every time you take action, no matter how small, you move closer to your goals. The more you act, the more you learn, the more you discover, and the more you can leverage opportunities. Wealth isn't just about ideas, it's about execution. By focusing on the actions you can take today, you open the door to endless opportunities tomorrow. The more you take action, the more you realize that opportunities are all around you. They may not always come in the way you expect, but they're always there. You just have to be open to seeing them and willing to act on them. Start where you are with what you have and make the most of every opportunity, no matter how small it seems. Over time, these small opportunities will compound, and you will find yourself in a much stronger position than you were before. The key to creating wealth isn't about being lucky or finding the perfect moment. It's about being proactive, staying focused on opportunities, and maintaining the belief that you can always find a way forward. No matter how many obstacles you face, if you continue to focus on the possibilities, the opportunities, and the growth that can come from them, you will inevitably reach your destination. To achieve long-term wealth, your mindset must be focused on abundance, action, and opportunity. When you stop seeing the world as a place full of limitations and start seeing it as a place full of possibilities, everything changes. Every challenge becomes a chance to grow, and every obstacle becomes an opportunity to learn. If you can train yourself to focus on the opportunities rather than the obstacles, you will become unstoppable. The road to wealth isn't always easy, but it's always full of opportunities waiting for you to seize them. Make the decision today to focus on those opportunities and watch how your life transforms. Number 7, set clear financial goals and work towards them relentlessly. The power to create wealth lies in your ability to set clear financial goals and pursue them relentlessly. This is not a suggestion. It is a mandate. You cannot achieve financial freedom, success, or security without defining exactly what you want to achieve and committing yourself fully to that goal. The path to wealth is built on a foundation of clear goals, consistent action, and unwavering focus. You will encounter distractions, setbacks, and moments of doubt. But if your goals are clear and your resolve is strong, there is no force that can stop you from reaching your destination. Setting clear financial goals is the starting point. You need to define your financial vision clearly, knowing exactly what you want to accomplish. Do you want to pay off debt? Do you want to save for a down payment on a house? Do you want to retire early? Or perhaps you want to build a multi-million-dollar business? Whatever your financial goals are, you must first articulate them in a way that is specific, measurable, and achievable. Vague goals like "I want to be rich" or "I want to make more money" are not enough. You need to know exactly what you're aiming for. When you set clear financial goals, you transform an abstract desire into something tangible. Instead of dreaming about financial freedom, You set a concrete target, such as I want to save $50,000 in the next 2 years, or I want to increase my income by 20% in the next year. These specific goals give you direction and purpose. Without them, you're wandering aimlessly. Goals help you stay focused on what matters most and create a roadmap to guide your actions. Once your goals are clearly defined, the next step is to break them down into actionable steps. A goal without a plan is just a wish. You cannot simply decide that you want to be financially independent and hope it happens. You need a step-by-step plan that outlines how you're going to achieve your financial objective. If you want to save $50,000 in 2 years, that means you need to figure out how much you need to save each month, where that money will come from, and how you will increase your income to make it possible. You need to know what resources you need, what obstacles might arise, and how you can work around them. Setting clear financial goals and working towards them relentlessly is about focusing your energy on what matters. It's easy to get sidetracked by distractions, by things that seem urgent but aren't important. But when you're driven by a clear goal, you filter out the noise. Your energy, your time, and your efforts are all channeled toward what's most important, achieving your goal. That means saying no to things that don't align with your financial objectives, whether that's unnecessary spending, distractions, or time-wasting activities. Relentlessly working toward your goals means taking consistent action every single day, no matter how small the action seems. Every day you make decisions that move you closer to your goals. If you want to pay off debt, that means making payments every month, even if they're small. If you want to increase your income, that means investing time in building new skills, seeking new opportunities, and taking on side hustles or extra work. Every single day, no matter how busy you are, you should be making progress towards your financial goals. Consistency is the key to success. The most successful people are not necessarily the most talented or the luckiest. They are the ones who show up day after day and put in the work. They understand that wealth is not built in a day, but over time with small, consistent steps. They take action even when they don't feel like it, even when progress seems slow, and even when they encounter setbacks. Because they know that persistence, not perfection, is what leads to success. It's important to remember that you won't always see immediate results. Wealth building is a long-term game, and the results of your efforts may not be obvious at first. But every small action you take is compounding over time. It's like planting seeds. Initially, you see no growth, but over time those seeds begin to sprout, and you start to see the fruits of your labor. Trust the process and keep working, even when the results aren't immediate. When you focus on the long term, you begin to realize that every small action is part of a bigger picture, and that picture is your future success. One of the most powerful aspects of setting clear financial goals is the sense of purpose it gives you. When you have a clear goal, you know why you're doing what you're doing. You're not just working for the sake of working. You're working with intention, with a purpose. And when you have purpose, you're more motivated, more driven, and more focused on achieving your goals. Purpose gives you the strength to keep going when things get tough. Purpose helps you overcome obstacles because you know why you're doing it, and you know that the rewards will be worth it in the end. However, just setting a goal and working toward it isn't enough. You also need to stay flexible and adjust your plan as needed. Life is unpredictable, and there will always be unexpected twists and turns. There will be challenges that you didn't anticipate, and you may need to adjust your strategy. But that doesn't mean giving up on your goals. It means being willing to pivot, to find new solutions, and to keep going. The people who succeed are the ones who are willing to adapt, to learn from their mistakes, and to find new ways to achieve their goals. If one path doesn't work, they find another path. One of the biggest obstacles to relentless goal pursuit is fear. Fear of failure, fear of the unknown, and fear of making mistakes. But fear has no place in the pursuit of your financial goals. Fear can paralyze you and stop you from taking action. But the truth is, failure is a part of the journey. Everyone who has ever achieved great success has faced failure along the way. The difference is that they didn't let it stop them. They used failure as a lesson, as an opportunity to grow and improve. When you focus on your goals and take consistent action, you will encounter setbacks. But those setbacks are not failures. They are simply learning experiences that bring you closer to your ultimate success. Another powerful element of goal setting is accountability. When you set clear goals, it's important to have someone or something that holds you accountable. This could be a mentor, a coach, a friend, or even a financial tracking system that keeps you on track. Accountability helps keep you motivated, and it ensures that you stay focused on your goals. It's easy to let things slide when you're working on your own, but when you have someone holding you accountable, you're more likely to follow through. Accountability creates a sense of urgency and responsibility, and it helps keep you moving forward when you'd rather give up. As you work toward your financial goals, it's important to celebrate your wins, no matter how small they may seem. Achieving a financial goal is a journey, not a destination, and it's essential to acknowledge your progress along the way. Whether you've paid off a small portion of your debt, hit a savings milestone, or secured a new income stream, take a moment to celebrate. Recognizing your achievements builds momentum and reinforces your commitment to your goals. It reminds you that you are capable of achieving great things, and that every step forward, no matter how small, is a victory. Finally, one of the most powerful things you can do is to make your financial goals a non-negotiable part of your life. This means prioritizing your goals above everything else. It means saying no to things that don't align with your goals. It means making sacrifices when necessary, whether that's cutting back on unnecessary expenses, working extra hours, or delaying gratification for the sake of your future. When your goals become a non-negotiable part of your life, you're no longer wavering in your commitment. You are fully focused and dedicated to achieving your vision, no matter what it takes. In conclusion, setting clear financial goals and working toward them relentlessly is the foundation of wealth creation. Your goals provide direction, purpose, and motivation, and they guide every decision you make. When you set clear, specific goals and work toward them every day, with relentless focus, there is no limit to what you can achieve. It's not about perfection. It's about persistence. It's about showing up every day, taking action, and never giving up. Your financial freedom is within your reach, and it starts with setting clear goals and working toward them relentlessly. The road may be challenging, but the rewards will be worth it. Keep your eyes on the prize, and never stop moving forward. Number 8. Surround yourself with successful people who inspire you daily. The people you surround yourself with will determine your success. It's a simple truth. The individuals you spend the most time with either inspire you to reach greater heights or pull you down into complacency. If you want to create wealth, if you want to succeed in any area of life, you must intentionally surround yourself with people who inspire you, challenge you, and push you to be the best version of yourself. You don't just need people who support you, though that's important. You need people who make you want to be better, people who make you see the world through a lens of possibility and opportunity. It's easy to underestimate the power of your environment. We often think that our success depends only on our own actions, our own abilities, or our own work ethic. While these things are important, the reality is that your environment has a profound impact on your mindset, your motivation, and your ability to succeed. The people around you can either fuel your ambition or extinguish it. And if you want to create long-lasting wealth, you must choose your inner circle wisely. The first thing you need to understand is that success is contagious. When you surround yourself with successful people, you naturally absorb their energy, mindset, and habits. You start thinking the way they think. You start acting the way they act. You begin to understand what's possible because they've already shown you that it's possible. You'll hear their stories of perseverance, their strategies for success, and their methods for overcoming adversity. You'll begin to see that what they've achieved is not reserved for some special group of people, but is available to anyone who is willing to do the work, to make the sacrifices, and to take the necessary actions. When you're around people who are successful, they become your role models, your mentors, and your inspiration. You can learn from their successes, but more importantly, you can learn from their mistakes. You see, successful people don't just talk about how they made it. They show you how they overcame failure, how they pushed through the tough times, and how they kept going when everyone else would have given up. You get a front row seat to their journey, and it becomes clear that success isn't a destination, it's a process. It's about taking consistent, intentional steps toward your goals, even when things get hard. But the influence of successful people goes beyond just their accomplishments. The way they carry themselves, the way they approach challenges, and the way they maintain a positive, growth-oriented mindset are all lessons in themselves. Successful people tend to view obstacles as opportunities. They see setbacks as stepping stones. They aren't afraid to fail because they know that failure is not the end. It's part of the process. When you surround yourself with people who think this way, their mindset begins to rub off on you. You stop seeing problems as roadblocks and start seeing them as challenges to overcome. You stop fearing failure and start embracing it as a necessary part of success. There is a powerful saying, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. If you want to be successful, you need to surround yourself with successful people. This doesn't just mean financially successful people. It means people who are successful in all areas of life. People who are disciplined, who are growth-oriented, who are resilient, and who are always striving for more. When you surround yourself with people like this, you begin to embody those same qualities. You start thinking bigger, dreaming bigger, and acting bigger. You start to hold yourself to a higher standard. You stop accepting mediocrity and start demanding excellence from yourself. One of the greatest things about surrounding yourself with successful people is that it helps you level up. You can't stay stagnant when you're constantly being challenged to grow. When you're surrounded by people who are moving forward, who are breaking through barriers, and who are achieving things you once thought were impossible, you naturally rise to meet the challenge. You start to push yourself harder. You start setting bigger goals. You start thinking beyond what you thought was possible, because the people around you are showing you what's possible. However, the flip side of this is just as important. If you surround yourself with negative, small-minded people, you will find yourself thinking small, acting small, and living small. Negative people will drag you down. They will focus on the obstacles rather than the opportunities. They will complain about how hard things are rather than looking for solutions. They will tell you why something can't be done instead of figuring out how to make it happen. If you're surrounded by people who are stuck in a scarcity mindset, who believe that success is only for the lucky or the privileged, then you will start to believe the same thing. Your environment will shape your thoughts, your beliefs, and your actions. To break free from this, you need to be intentional about the people you allow into your life. Seek out individuals who inspire you to think bigger, to act bolder, and to push yourself further than you ever thought possible. These people should challenge you, encourage you, and hold you accountable. They should be people who are committed to personal growth, who are striving to improve themselves and their circumstances, and who are not afraid to fail and learn from their mistakes. You want to be around people who make you want to level up, who push you to be the best version of yourself. Networking with successful individuals is one of the best ways to grow. Attend events, seminars, or conferences where you can meet like-minded individuals who share your passion for success. Seek out mentors who have already achieved the level of success you desire. These people can guide you, offer advice, and help you avoid the pitfalls they've already navigated. Find people who are where you want to be and learn from their journey. They've walked the path before you, and they can show you the way. It's not just about having successful people around you. It's about building relationships with them. When you genuinely connect with others who are successful, you open the door to new opportunities. Successful people are often the gatekeepers to new ideas, new partnerships, and new possibilities. By surrounding yourself with people who inspire you, you gain access to a world of opportunities that you may not have otherwise encountered. But of course, surrounding yourself with successful people isn't always easy. Sometimes the people you need to distance yourself from the most are those who are closest to you, family members, old friends, or colleagues who don't share your vision. These people may not be intentionally negative, but their lack of ambition or growth can unconsciously hold you back. It can be difficult to let go of relationships that no longer serve you, but it's essential if you want to move forward. If someone's mindset is holding you back from achieving your goals, you need to make the tough choice to limit your time with them. This doesn't mean you have to cut them out entirely, but you do need to recognize when their influence is limiting your potential. One of the most powerful ways to surround yourself with success is to become successful yourself. The more you grow, the more successful people will naturally be drawn to you. Success breeds success. As you improve yourself, you attract people who are also striving for greatness. The more you put yourself in environments where successful people are, the more you'll learn, the more opportunities you'll find, and the more your own success will accelerate. The relationships you build with successful people are invaluable. They provide you with insights, knowledge, and connections that you cannot get from books or courses. The advice and experiences shared by successful individuals can fast-track your journey. They'll help you navigate the challenges, avoid costly mistakes, and stay focused on your goals. Surrounding yourself with successful people is not just about networking for business. It's about personal growth. The way successful people think, how they solve problems, and how they live their lives becomes a blueprint for your own success. Ultimately, success is about who you become, not just what you achieve. When you surround yourself with people who inspire you, you become a better version of yourself. You grow, you learn, and you expand. You begin to see opportunities where you once saw obstacles. You start thinking bigger, acting with more purpose, and pushing through challenges with more confidence. If you want to succeed, you must commit to surrounding yourself with people who will inspire you every day, who will challenge you to grow, and who will lift you up when you're feeling down. The people you spend your time with shape your future, and if you want to create a future of success, you must surround yourself with success. Number 9. Manage your time effectively to maximize wealth-building efforts. The greatest asset you have isn't your money, your skills, or your connections. It's your time. How you manage your time will determine how much wealth you accumulate, how much success you achieve, and how quickly you reach your goals. Time, once lost, is gone forever. If you want to build wealth, you must learn to manage your time effectively, because every hour you waste is an hour that could have been used to move closer to your financial goals. Managing your time is the most powerful way to maximize your wealth-building efforts, and it's the foundation of long-term success. Most people don't realize the true value of time until it's too late. We live in a world full of distractions, and it's easy to get sidetracked by things that don't contribute to our goals. The phone rings, the notifications pop up, and before we know it, hours have passed without us accomplishing anything meaningful. If you want to build wealth, you must develop the discipline to stay focused, to prioritize what matters most, and to make every minute count. One of the most important lessons to learn when it comes to time management is the concept of intentionality. You must approach your day with intention, knowing exactly what you need to accomplish and how you're going to get there. Successful people don't just wake up and let the day unfold. They start each day with a clear vision and a plan for how to execute it. When you're intentional with your time, you eliminate distractions, focus on the tasks that move you forward, and work with purpose. This intentionality is what separates those who achieve great things from those who struggle to make progress. To manage your time effectively, the first step is to define your priorities. If you want to build wealth, you must understand what's most important to you and allocate your time accordingly. This means saying no to things that don't align with your goals. Too often, people get caught up in tasks and activities that don't add value to their lives or their financial objectives. They attend every meeting, respond to every email, and fill their days with endless tasks that keep them busy but don't move them forward. When you manage your time effectively, you focus only on the activities that bring you closer to your goals. One of the most effective tools for managing time is the art of planning. The most successful people plan their days, their weeks, and even their months in advance. They break their long-term goals into smaller, manageable tasks and make sure to dedicate time each day to work toward those goals. By planning ahead, you ensure that your time is spent on the things that matter and you don't waste energy figuring out what to do next. Every hour you spend working should be focused on a specific task that contributes to your wealth-building efforts. One of the biggest enemies of effective time management is procrastination. The fear of getting started, the anxiety of doing something difficult, or the temptation to do something more enjoyable can prevent you from taking action. Procrastination is the enemy of progress, and if you allow it to control your time, it will hold you back from achieving your financial goals. The key to overcoming procrastination is taking small, immediate actions. Break down large tasks into smaller, more manageable steps, and take the first step, no matter how small it may seem. Once you get started, momentum will carry you forward. The longer you wait to take action, the harder it becomes to get started. So take action now, even if it's just a small step. Another powerful way to manage your time effectively is by setting clear boundaries. In today's world, it's easy to get caught up in the demands of other people's time. We have constant interruptions, requests for our attention, and expectations from others that can derail our focus. If you want to build wealth, you must learn to say no to things that don't contribute to your goals. Setting boundaries isn't about being rude or dismissive. It's about being clear on what's important and protecting your time. Protect your time like it's your most valuable resource, because in many ways it is. The more you respect your own time, the more others will respect it as well. Time management also involves learning how to delegate. One person cannot do everything. And if you want to achieve great things, you must understand that you don't have to do it all yourself. Successful people understand the importance of delegation and leverage the skills and time of others to move their goals forward. Whether it's hiring employees, outsourcing tasks, or collaborating with others, delegation allows you to focus on the tasks that matter most, while ensuring that other important work gets done. The key to effective delegation is to trust others with responsibility, to communicate clearly, and to hold people accountable. This allows you to maximize your time and make the most of the resources available to you. Effective time management also means taking care of yourself. You cannot build wealth if you're burnt out, exhausted, or unhealthy. Taking care of your physical and mental well-being should be a priority in your schedule. When you're well-rested, energized, and in a positive state of mind, you're more productive, more focused, and more able to accomplish your goals. Make time for exercise, nutrition, relaxation, and activities that rejuvenate your mind and body. By taking care of yourself, you ensure that you have the energy and stamina to put in the work required to build wealth. In addition to physical well-being, mental well-being is just as crucial. Managing stress, staying positive, and maintaining mental clarity will help you make better decisions, stay focused, and maintain motivation. Building wealth isn't just about working hard, it's about working smart, and a clear mind is necessary for that. Find ways to manage your stress, whether through meditation, mindfulness, or other relaxation techniques. The more you focus on maintaining your mental well-being, the more effective you will be in managing your time and working toward your financial goals. Time management also requires the ability to assess and review your progress regularly. Without reviewing your progress, you may be working hard but not necessarily working in the right direction. Successful people regularly assess their goals, review their progress, and make adjustments as needed. This can be done through weekly or monthly reviews where you look at what you've accomplished, what still needs to be done, and what changes need to be made to stay on track. By reviewing your progress, you ensure that you stay aligned with your goals and adjust your strategies as necessary. Learning to manage your time effectively also means learning how to deal with distractions. In today's fast-paced world, distractions are everywhere. Social media, emails, phone calls, and constant notifications can pull your attention away from what truly matters. To maximize your time, you need to learn to limit these distractions. This might mean turning off notifications, setting specific times to check emails, or creating a quiet space for focused work. By limiting distractions, you increase your ability to stay focused on your most important tasks, which ultimately leads to greater productivity and more effective wealth-building efforts. One of the most powerful time management tools is creating routines and habits that support your success. When you establish daily routines and habits that align with your goals, you make progress without having to think about it. Successful people follow routines that help them stay disciplined, focused, and productive. Whether it's a morning routine that sets the tone for the day, a time-blocking system that ensures every hour is used effectively, or evening rituals that allow for reflection and relaxation, routines help you maximize your time and keep you on track toward your goals. The key to successful routines is consistency. By repeating positive habits every day, you create a rhythm that becomes second nature and drives long-term results. Finally, it's essential to recognize that time management is a skill that requires ongoing practice and refinement. You will not become a time management expert overnight, but as you continue to focus on your goals, assess your progress, and make adjustments, you will improve your ability to manage your time effectively. It's not about being perfect, It's about consistently making the right choices, staying disciplined, and focusing on what matters most. Time is the one resource that once lost cannot be recovered, so use it wisely. Every minute spent on productive tasks, every hour focused on your goals, is an investment in your future wealth. The more effectively you manage your time, the more successful you will become, and the quicker you will reach your financial dreams. In the end, wealth building isn't just about money, it's about time. Time is your most valuable asset. How you choose to spend it will determine the outcome of your efforts. Manage your time effectively, and you will maximize your potential to achieve your financial goals. It all starts with understanding the power of time and using it to your advantage. Number 10. Continuously learn and adapt to the changing financial landscape. The world of finance is constantly changing. And if you want to build wealth and stay ahead of the curve, you must continuously learn and adapt to this ever-evolving landscape. Financial markets, technologies, and strategies evolve at a pace that can seem overwhelming. But this evolution also presents tremendous opportunities for those who are willing to embrace change, learn new skills, and adjust their strategies accordingly. If you're committed to building lasting wealth, you cannot afford to sit back and rely on what worked yesterday. The future is coming, and the key to financial success is staying flexible, adaptable, and always ready to learn. The idea of continuous learning is not just about staying updated on the latest trends or acquiring new technical knowledge. It's about cultivating a mindset that recognizes the importance of growth, both personally and professionally. As the financial world becomes increasingly interconnected and complex, the ability to learn and adapt quickly is what separates the successful from the stagnant. Financial strategies that worked well a decade ago may no longer be effective today, and strategies that seem to be working today could become obsolete tomorrow. That's why you must remain committed to learning and evolving as you progress on your wealth-building journey. Learning is a lifelong process, and the wealthiest individuals understand this. They are constantly educating themselves on the latest market trends, innovations, investment vehicles, and financial strategies. They attend seminars, read books, follow influential thought leaders, and participate in discussions that challenge their thinking. But they don't just passively consume information, they actively apply what they learn. This is the difference between knowing something and truly understanding it. The most successful people are those who take knowledge and turn it into action. They see the evolving financial landscape not as a challenge, but as an opportunity to refine their strategies and achieve greater success. One of the key areas in which you must continuously adapt is in the world of investing. The investment landscape is constantly shifting, whether it's the rise of cryptocurrency, new real estate investment strategies, changes in stock market regulations, or the impact of global economic events. Staying ahead of the curve requires you to be constantly learning. The best investors are those who understand the fundamentals, but are also willing to explore new opportunities and diversify their portfolios. They know that the path to wealth doesn't lie in following the herd, but in learning about emerging opportunities and figuring out how to leverage them to their advantage. Let's talk about technology, specifically how the rise of automation, artificial intelligence, and machine learning is transforming the way we build wealth. 10 years ago, few people could have predicted the extent to which technology would impact finance. Today we have robo-advisors, blockchain technology, and algorithms that can analyze vast amounts of data to predict market trends. Those who embrace these technologies and learn how to use them are the ones who will be able to take advantage of new wealth-building opportunities. But those who ignore these advancements or fail to learn about them risk falling behind. As technology continues to shape the financial landscape, adapting to these changes is no longer optional. It's essential. The same principle applies to personal finance management. The tools and platforms available today allow you to manage your finances more efficiently than ever before. You can track your expenses, automate your savings, and monitor your investment portfolios with just a few clicks. But this only works if you are proactive in learning how to use these tools effectively. Many people are hesitant to embrace digital finance tools, either because they don't understand them or because they are uncomfortable with the technology. But to maximize your financial potential, you must be willing to learn and adapt to the tools that make managing your money easier, faster, and more efficient. Adapting to the changing financial landscape also means staying informed about the broader economic environment, market trends, interest rates, inflation, and global events all play a significant role in shaping the financial world. Staying updated on economic news and learning about the impact of these events on different industries allows you to make more informed financial decisions. If you're only focused on your personal finances without considering the broader economic environment, you risk making decisions based on incomplete information. On the other hand, those who take the time to understand the macroeconomic forces at play can anticipate trends, spot emerging opportunities, and make adjustments to their strategy before others catch on. One critical area where learning and adapting play a role is in managing risk. The financial landscape is never without its uncertainties, and understanding how to manage risk is essential to protecting and growing your wealth. Risk management strategies evolve over time, and what worked in one market environment might not work in another. By continuously educating yourself on risk management techniques, such as diversification, hedging, and portfolio balancing, you can ensure that you are always prepared for market volatility and unexpected financial shocks. The most successful wealth builders don't avoid risk. They understand it and take steps to mitigate it. This brings us to the importance of learning from your mistakes. In any financial endeavor, you will make mistakes. Everyone does. But the key to success is not to dwell on these mistakes, but to learn from them. When something goes wrong, instead of blaming others or external factors, ask yourself what you can learn from the experience. What could you have done differently? What can you apply in the future to avoid the same mistake? This mindset of learning from failure is essential for long-term wealth creation. It helps you grow stronger, smarter, and more capable with each setback. In addition to learning from your mistakes, you must also actively seek feedback and mentorship from others. The wealthiest individuals often have mentors or networks of people who help them navigate challenges, learn new strategies, and refine their approach. These mentors are people who have already walked the path and can provide valuable insights based on their experience. Surrounding yourself with mentors who are further along in their financial journey can accelerate your own learning and help you avoid costly errors. Learning from others who have already achieved what you want to achieve is one of the fastest ways to shorten the learning curve. Adapting to the changing financial landscape also means staying flexible and open-minded. The world is always changing, and what worked yesterday might not work tomorrow. In order to succeed, you must be willing to try new things, explore different investment strategies, and experiment with new ideas. This doesn't mean blindly jumping on every new trend or fad, but it does mean being willing to step outside your comfort zone and explore opportunities that may not have been available in the past. The financial landscape is constantly evolving, and the more you adapt, the better equipped you'll be to take advantage of new wealth-building strategies. One of the most powerful aspects of continuous learning is that it keeps you engaged and motivated. When you're constantly growing, you're always excited about what comes next. You're never stuck in a rut because you're always evolving, always pushing yourself to become better, smarter, and more successful. This sense of progress and growth is essential to maintaining momentum on your wealth-building journey. Without learning and adapting, it's easy to become complacent or discouraged. But when you see the progress you're making and the new opportunities you're uncovering, you stay energized and focused. Finally, in order to continuously learn and adapt, you must embrace a mindset of lifelong learning. Wealth building is not something that happens overnight. It's a journey that requires constant growth and development. To be successful in the changing financial landscape, you must commit to being a lifelong learner. This means reading books, attending seminars, watching educational videos, participating in discussions, and staying curious. It's about always asking questions, always seeking new knowledge, and always being open to the possibility of growth. The more you learn, the more opportunities you will discover, and the more wealth you will be able to create. To conclude, continuously learning and adapting to the changing financial landscape is not just an option, it's a necessity. The world is moving at a rapid pace, and those who fail to evolve with it will be left behind. But if you embrace the process of learning and adapting, if you commit to staying informed, open-minded, and flexible, you will unlock new opportunities and position yourself for long-term success. Wealth is not a static destination, it's a dynamic journey, and the more you learn, the better equipped you will be to navigate the twists and turns along the way. Embrace the challenge of constant growth and watch how it transforms your financial future.